Ready? You started? Okay. I'm going to open the April 23rd Buckingham Township Board of Supervisor meeting, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, everybody, and welcome. What scout troop?
Troop 24, ma'am. Troop 24.
Okay. Troop 24. Welcome to the Township meeting.
Thank you.
So the first thing is, we called to order, and the first thing, is there any public comment? No? How about the badge? What are you working on?
So we're doing citizenship in the community. It's one of the newer merit badges. These are all scouts, not Cub Scouts, but older scouts. It's Eagle required, and basically trying to understand your place in the community, how you can help make a difference, positive difference. So
Good.
Part of it is being, attending one of these and, asking questions and issues and stuff. So,
Great.
Where do you guys meet at?
Doylestown Presbyterian Church.
Oh, I was 59.
Oh, nice.
We're Buckingham Elementary.
Right.
My son, he got his Eagle Scout last year.
Oh, that's great. Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Nice.
I remember our first Cub Scout meeting in first grade, and my wife said, just go to the meeting, don't do anything else. And I came back as the leader, and she said, I said just go to the meeting and don't do anything else.
That's how scouting works. Yeah.
It is how it works.
Well,
That's okay.
I felt like Jack and the Beanstalk. I came back with beans.
Okay.
That was great.
All right. There's no public comment? How about my fellow supervisors? Any comment?
No, thank you.
Yeah, and not to look awkward, Maggie's going to be introduced to a new grandchild, so with my 4 kids, I'm trying to keep her healthy and sitting over here.
That's why he's sitting down there.
So I'm not
His kids are sick.
Well,
So I said,
sit
down there.
They're not contagious, but just in case I'm down there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Good
I
luck,
am.
Dan.
I am.
Yeah.
Maggie's
All
under the bus. Maggie's not getting sick.
No. All right. Happy spring, and since there are no board's announcements, besides,
They have them all.
we're happy to be here and happy to host Scout 24. Our township announcements: National Prescription Drug Take Back Day is this coming Saturday, April 26th, 10 to 2. Buckingham locations include Midway Fire Company, 3879 Durham Road, and the administrative building also. Cleanup weekend, this weekend, the 26th and the 27th of April. Bring your large items to the maintenance garage at 4991 Upper Mountain Road. No hazardous materials. Paper shredding offered from 9 till noon on Saturday. And compost is there and available. You bring your own covered container and a shovel. You have to bring your own shovel.
Tires. No tires.
The Red Cross blood drives, April 24th, 2025, and May 22nd, 2025, each from 2 to 7 in the Buckingham room of Buckingham Township building, and call 800 Red Cross to schedule your appointment. And Paul, I guess you can speak to this, we have a goal to collect blood
Yes.
for our 325th.
325, and if you have negative O blood, you can give 2 because they put plasma in you at the same time, which I'm lucky enough to be negative O. So I'm universal giver. Unfortunately, I can only accept O. So if I fall down here, if anybody has negative O, let me know now. But yeah, you can give twice the amount of blood. We're trying to collect 325. Is it pints? I don't want to say the wrong thing. Yeah, pints.
Yeah.
So yeah, please, let's try to do that. It would be fantastic.
And continuing with Buckingham 325 events, this Friday, April 25th, Arbor Day celebration, 6:30 here at the Buckingham Township building. And May 16th, Youth History Night at 6 o'clock here in the Buckingham room, again at the Township building. And so far, all of the events have just been fantastic and beautifully organized and wonderfully attended. So,
Full
thank you.
house. Full
Yep,
house for
full
almost
house.
all of them,
So
yeah.
thank you to the committee, and some members of the committee are actually among us tonight. Okay, I'm going to go to number 3. I'm going to move that we approve payment request number 3 to GS Developers for work completed on the Cold Spring Fieldstone Water Connection Project in the amount of $193,727.70.
Second.
Questions about that? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I move that we approve payroll dated March 27th, 2025 and April 10th, 2025, and the bill list for the meeting of April 23rd, 2025, in the amount of $1,106,594.27.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good. I move that we consider approving the draft supervisor minutes of March 26, 2025 work session and the March 26 regular business meeting.
Sorry.
I will second that, but I was not present for the meeting. I was at a conference out in Lancaster.
Yeah, okay. Paul?
Yes.
Are you in agreement? Shall we pass these minutes?
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, I move that we accept for inclusion in the township records various departmental minutes and advisory board minutes. And on this agenda, specifically agricultural and open space committee minutes from November 19th, 2024, and the building department statistics of March 2025.
Second.
Everything good? Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Number 6, I move that we approve resolution number 2648, a resolution of the Board of Supervisors of Buckingham Township appointing a zoning officer. And that zoning officer is Lisa Gerhardt. Second.
Second.
Yeah, I want to say, first I just want to say, Rich, thank you so much for your service. And I've heard of, over the years, the residents about your disposition and so forth. They don't always like the answers, sometimes they do, but with your disposition on the respect to the residents and so forth, so I greatly appreciate that. And our residents appreciate it. So thank you for all your years of service.
Yeah,
Thanks, Rick.
absolutely. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 I move that we approve resolution number 2649, a resolution of Buckingham Township, Bucks County, requesting a Greenways Trail and Recreation Program grant from the Pennsylvania Commonwealth Financing Authority to facilitate and assist in obtaining the requested grant.
Second.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I move that we approve Resolution 2650, a resolution affirming Buckingham Township's participation in the Sustainable Pennsylvania Municipal Certification Program.
I'm going to second that.
Yeah. Dana, do you have anything? Would you like to comment on that? Or not?
I can if you would
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, no,
Got it.
it's one, it's a voluntary program, and what they do is they actually review everything that you are currently doing for sustainability in your municipality. And I came across it some time ago and saw some of the criteria and guidelines and said, hey, we do this, we do this, we do this. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So Brittany Clark is working on that with me, and we are putting in to try to become a certified sustainable community.
Perfect.
So they gave us our first review, and we hit one threshold, and we're, dotting our I's and crossing our T's, and we'll have that. Probably, it takes a few months to get it, so maybe sometime in the fall or end of the year.
Nice.
Good job.
And on that, sort of the same vein, we had our environmental action plan, climate action plan that Dana and a member of our environmental action committee has been working on with 2 graduate students at the University of Pennsylvania. Also, our goal of sustainability. So that was really great. So Mike,
It all links together.
Yeah, you had a question?
Yeah, and I don't know if this pertains to this or not, so if not, just tell me to bug off. But I know that there had been a survey going around for the plastic bags. Is that part of this, or is that not going to be part of it? I'm just curious.
Yeah, no.
Well, actually, our EAC has worked on that, and we really need to bring it forward again and work on a resolution to pass. But it's kind of all part of the same thing.
It's not under the same umbrella, but the EAC is working on that.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, good question. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, number 9, I move that we accept the offer of an extension of the allowable review time under the provisions of the municipality's planning code for the estates at Furlong, 3178 York Road, tax map parcel 06-008-032. Township file SA 2024, it's just happening, 02.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Number 10, I move that we agree to the developer's request for an extension of the time within which to complete the improvements set forth in the residential development contract and water and sanitary sewer development agreement covering the Fenton's Corner subdivision to May 24th, 2026 for the residential development contract and to June 24th, 2025 for the water and sanitary sewer development agreement.
Second.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Number, 11.
You have to skip
Let's jump
that.
ahead.
Yeah, let's
We have
go to-
15 minutes.
to 12.
We'll just keep walking,
Yeah.
going. Okay. Number 12, I move that we approve the stormwater facility development contract between Buckingham Township and William Scott Sinclair, trustee of the William Scott Sinclair Deed of Trust, dated September 27th, 2018, for the property located along New Hope Road, tax map parcel 06-023-008-003.
Second.
Questions? Comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Same property, I don't need to go through the numbers. So I move that we approve the stormwater controls and best management practices operations and maintenance agreement between the township and William Scott Sinclair, trustee of the William Scott Sinclair Deed of Trust.
Second.
Questions, comments, all about the same property that's being developed, guys? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Well, it's not really being developed, it's
Huh?
there's one house being built on
Yeah.
85
Yes,
acres or whatever it is.
yeah, it's actually on a preserved property.
Right,
It is.
it's the old
So,
Victoria Park.
this big
Oh,
property
Victoria
is
Farm.
preserved, person bought it, there's a building envelope, and they're building a house, and that's what all of these requirements and agreements are. Okay, let's see,
Right across from the Jehovah Witness Hall.
yes, across from Jehovah's Witness,
Granted easements,
sort of, huh?
we're at the grant of easements if you were looking.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, I move that we approve the grant of easement by and between William Scott Sinclair trustee, William Scott Sinclair Deed of Trust, dated September 27, 2018 of Buckingham Township for the property along New Hope Road. Tax map parcel 06-023-008-003.
Second.
Okay, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I move that we approve the indemnity agreement between William Scott Sinclair and Buckingham. Oh, no, let me, of the William Scott Sinclair Deed of Trust dated September 27, 2018, Jameson Contractors LLC and Buckingham Township for the property located on New Hope Road.
Second.
Questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Number 13, I move that we approve escrow release number 4 for Daniel and Lisa Henry 5388 Lower Mountain Road, tax map parcel 06021027. Permit P as in Peter, SW230023 in the amount of $43,942.17. Escrow 4.
Second.
Questions, comments, anybody? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Dana, shall we go forward with your additional?
We should. You have 10 more minutes.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it.
I move that we authorize the township staff to enter into a multi-year contract starting in the year 2026 to supply 100% green energy for the township administrative accounts and 50% green energy for all other township accounts.
Second.
Questions? Comments?
And now this one, we have our rates for today, but they refresh every day. So we've been looking at it, we looked at it last month. There is a dip in rates right now, so it's a
Nice.
time to lock in. But I'll actually get the dates tomorrow morning and would have to sign. So that's why we don't have the exact rates.
Dana, can you just real quick go over what you said last meeting about what we did last time and what we're doing this contract?
So last time we moved to 50% clean energy across the board, water, sewer, and all township facilities. And we're looking to eventually go to 100% green entirely. I think what we looked at this time with capacity charges going up in electricity, if everyone has looked at their electricity bill, it's up for everyone. Right now with the enhancements and projects we are doing in water and sewer, we wanted to hold off. We suggest we would hold off to going 50% to 100% at this time until we see all the costs of that we're doing in there. So this would take the water and sewer would all remain at 50%, and the rest of our accounts would move over to 100% with the eye to look at eventually moving all of them to 100%.
Which is fantastic, because when this was proposed, when we did the last contract, Dana had to do a lot of research and stuff, because, you want to go to clean energy, but you don't want to burden the residents too much. And, I think we felt 50% was good, and we're going to 100, except for water and sewer right now, stay at 50. Which honestly, we didn't think we'd be able to go to 100 so quickly, but it's just a testament to technology and what's going on out there, and being able to do clean energy and not being a burden cost-wise on the residents. And actually, not only not being a burden, but, just indirect, being healthier, right? So it's great. So thank you,
10
Dana,
minutes and I
for,
can finish the meeting.
getting us here.
Okay, so,
Okay, good. All in favor?
Madam
Yes.
President, this gentleman,
sorry.
I'm sorry, just a clarification.
Yeah,
So I guess we're buying the clean energy, we're not producing it here, right?
Correct.
This is all just, we're paying a little bit of a premium or whatever
Yeah.
to get
Exactly.
clean energy into our area.
That's for the
Correct.
future, hopefully.
That's it, yeah.
We'll be
Yes.
doing some stuff here in the
Just trying to
future.
understand and clarify.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
Anything else?
Appreciate it.
No problem. All in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Aye. Okay, I am going to move that we award the 2025 road improvement project bid per the roadmaster's recommendation.
It's just double thing.
That is to,
Alternates too.
Yeah.
All three.
Do you have a list?
Would you like me to read the list off?
I can,
to Morrissey.
For your noise.
Yeah. So the roadmaster recommends that we award this to James D. Morrissey as the lowest bidder to be awarded for the contract for this year's road improvements, Buckingham Township road improvements. Second.
Second.
Questions?
I
Yeah.
just want to make a comment, we
Yeah.
had a little meeting outside, and potholes is one of the big things the kids are going up. So So I appreciate that you hear that, addressing one of the issues.
Yeah, so Maggie, can I say something real quick?
Certainly.
So we have roughly 120 miles of township road. There's a lot of PennDOT roads, so Pennsylvania Department of Transportation. And so as an example, if you go on York Road right now, York Road was painted today. And it was painted today because our roadmaster, right, and he might get recommendations from one of the supervisors, from Dana, that we don't control that, but him and Dana was able to be an advocate to PennDOT. So we don't control that, but because of their advocacy, PennDOT paid attention finally, and they did those lines. With potholes, it's kind of the same thing. So we can't always control every pothole. We try to be advocates when it's not our road, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it takes us longer. I will give PennDOT credit. There was a huge pothole in Cold Springs that the person in front of me hit, and I called Dana, she called PennDOT, and it was filled the next day. This is going back a few months ago, so it does happen.
Cold Spring Creamery Road is still awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
State road.
Burnhouse Hill Road, half is, the township, half is PennDOT. PennDOT's the one that cuts the 24 inches off the side and just does the side. They don't overlay the whole
Right.
road. So
So-
we try to get them to help out, but they're still saying they don't have money because of COVID.
Well, and Cold Spring Creamery Road is one of their roads.
Correct.
We don't go in and fix PennDOT roads because that is a whole liability can of worms.
Yep.
And just to add from Eric's, our Public Works Director's memo, the budget for the 2025 Buckingham Township Road improvement, $650,000. So, anyway, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Can I do
Great.
the next one?
I think that's, oh, yeah, sure, one more.
Yeah, because I want to say something real quick. The
Well, then-
next one, I'm going to make a motion
Am I stopping?
to approve the request submitted by the Gift of Life Transplant Foundation to waive the $100 park usage fee set forth by Resolution 2645 for the use of Holocon Park Pavilion in the new section on April 27th, 2025. So this is Richard and Carrie Jasper, and it's for transplants. And I want to do it because, my father had a transplant. At the time, he was 78 years old. Only Jefferson gives transplants with someone, I don't want to say that old, but over 75. My father, and thanks to Jefferson, so my father is 83 years old. He's 159 pounds, and he just bench pressed 230 pounds, which would have set the world record for his weight a few years ago. Someone had reached over that. And, John Anthony Caldwell, which is, I was pretty scared of him growing up because he was a bodybuilder. When he was 165 pounds, he bench pressed 375 pounds. But so having a transplant, and also for Jefferson, Penn won't give transplants younger than 75 or younger. So this is a great thing to donate to. So I just want to say that. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. All right, well, I think we have come to the last item on our business meeting.
We have to approve that.
Yeah, so
We have to
all in
approve it.
favor?
All in favor?
Oh, all in favor,
Aye.
sorry.
Aye.
Yeah, on waiving the charge for the park.
Yeah.
All in favor, sorry.
Aye.
Aye.
It's okay.
One thing we need to announce too is our executive session on personnel matters.
That's right. We had an executive session prior to our environmental action plan presentation on personnel.
Okay.
We have
Personnel.
4 more minutes.
Okay, all the suits are back in the room.
Yeah, we have to wait till 7. Okay.
Thank you, Denise.
Oh, wait a minute, is that, actually, we have to get off the
You
gas.
probably have.
We would have
So
to
what
get
are
off
you
the
doing?
gas
Are
anyway.
you going down too?
What?
Do you leave the stand? or-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's really good.
Julie, what? Oh, you know what, Maggie, I didn't turn on.
Yeah, Gavin will come up
I
here.
didn't turn on all the lights after the presentation. There's still a couple more lights up there.
Under the MPC, I have to announce my decision at a public meeting.
Okay.
So I'm assuming your next public meeting is the same, what is
Fourth
today?
Wednesday.
Fourth Wednesday.
Fourth Wednesday.
May. Is that,
Yeah, fourth Wednesday.
I had to announce it at a public meeting apparently?
So May 28th.
May 28th.
Oh, that's maybe
I
I
just want to know
saw.
what that
Just-
is.
Yeah, make sure you
Here.
record it when it comes up, otherwise you get stuck with
Well,
45 days.
I thought we were closing the record.
We can,
Tonight.
but once you close it, you got 45 days to
Right.
get that decision out of your.
Right, that's what we're gonna do, but I have to announce it at a public meeting.
Dan?
Open and close, yeah. All right, that far?
I had this written down. We ready? Yeah. All right, we're back on the record. So good evening. Again, my name is Gavin Lebowski, and I'm the appointed hearing officer in the matter involving SF4 Properties LLC for the property at 3143 York Road, Furlong. This is a conditional use application seeking approval for A10 accessory use. By way of background, we completed taking of evidence and testimony at the last hearing on March 26, 2025. We did not close the record at that time. There was a written motion submitted by the Township seeking to dismiss the conditional use application. We provided counsel for the applicant an opportunity to respond to that, and counsel for the Township to then rebut or respond to the applicant's response. We've received those responses. I think we're in a position to formally close the record and allow the clock to start running to render a decision. So for tonight, let's take care of, first of all, marking the remaining documents that we have to mark to place in the record. So the first one will be the Township's motion to dismiss conditional use application that Mr. Panzer submitted at the last hearing. We'll mark that as T14 is where I am. Is that correct? All right, and then Mr. Lyons' response, we will mark as applicant 5.
I believe it's 5.
Let's make sure. Can we go through your exhibits briefly, Mr. Lyons? We have the packet that you submitted was A1 through A3, correct?
That's right. And then there was,
Go ahead.
now there was one additional one.
There was the letter. No, I'm sorry, there was I had this written down. I
Yeah, there's
apologize.
a letter that was marked but not admitted, that's exhibit A4 for
A4,
identification, so I believe we're up to A5.
that's right. Okay, good. And then we'll mark as T15, Buckingham Township's response to applicant's response to the motion to dismiss, correct?
Yes,
Now, there are exhibits attached to Mr. Lyons' reply. Those exhibits will remain as exhibits to the response and be a part of the record. There's no objection to any of those, correct, Mr. Panzer?
correct.
All right, those will be received. So that will conclude the creation of the record, and the record will close.
Just for clarification, Mr. Lebowski, the February 26, 2025 transcript is part of the record?
Yes, it is part of the record. Why don't we make that, thank you, Mr. Panzer, why don't we make that board exhibit? I have Mr. Smith's list here, bear with me.
I think in these 6.
I think it is 6. too many pieces of paper here, I'm sorry. Here it is. Yes. So, Board Exhibit 6 will be the transcript of the March 26, 2025 hearing.
Yes.
And then we will get tonight's transcript as well.
Clarification, Tom, did you say February 26th?
Yeah, it was February. Did you say March? It's February. February 26th.
The transcript that I just received yesterday was from March.
So
That was the first, that was last month.
there was a hearing on
I-
February 26th.
I do not have that transcript.
That was the first one, right?
Well, I can offer
So-
my copy for the record.
Okay, so let's do this, then let's mark the February 26, 2025 transcript as Board Exhibit 6. We just received the March 26, 2025 transcript, we'll mark that as Board 7. Is that okay, Mr. Lyons?
Yeah.
Would you like a hard copy of that now, or,
Can you email it to me?
yes?
Thank you. And do you have a copy of that?
I do not.
Can you email both of us? And, or
I didn't take that one, but
you didn't?
I can, whoever, her
Was it someone-
certification would be on the back. I think
It
it
was
was
Justine.
Justine. I'll have her email it.
I'll reach out to Justine
Okay.
and get it, and I will send you a copy, Mr. Lyons.
Thank
We shouldn't be copying and sending around transcripts from court reporters.
Agreed.
And then we will mark tonight's transcript when we receive it as Board 8. Thank you. All right. I've discussed with counsel closing arguments and closing statements, and counsel have agreed that they'll submit written argument on the application to me within 15 days. I have that as May 8, 2025, by the end of close of business on that date, gentlemen. Is that
Yes.
okay?
Yes.
Okay. And as you know, a written decision is due from tonight within 45 days. The decision has to be announced at a public meeting in 30 days. We will be back here on, what is the date again? May 28, did you say?
Yes.
We'll be back here on May 28 for purposes of issuing a verbal decision on the application. If there's a written decision available, we can submit it at that time. We have 45 days to issue the written decision, which will contain findings of fact and conclusions of law. And that'll be at 7 p.m., correct?
Yes.
In this room, okay? So that's everyone's notice of that hearing, all right? In the decision, or at the decision in 30 days, that's when I'll issue the oral decision on the motion to dismiss, as well as decision on the application, okay?
Yes.
Is there anything else that either of you want to address or take care of before we adjourn? Mr. Lyons?
No.
Anything we missed? Okay, all right, so I'll look forward to receiving written argument from both of you by May 8th. We'll reconvene here on May 28th and issue an oral decision at that time. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You gonna go bring them back?
I'm gonna go bring them back. Unless, of course, they locked me out. Thank you, Lord. Like, wait a second. This could be problematic.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. It's easier to do it all. You can imagine that.
Yeah, I get it. Thank you.
I don't know if there's anything.
Have a good night. See you.
Make a motion.
Okay. Well, that's it.
I'm gonna move that we close the April 23rd.
Bye, Donna, good seeing you.
Bye, Donna.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Take care.
You want to see if they have questions first before you close?
Okay.
Or after the fact?
No, afterwards.
Afterwards, okay.
Yeah.
So I second it, Maggie.
Yes,
close.
because our staff would like to
Yep.
go and consult. I am gonna make a motion that we close the April 23rd Board of Supervisor meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, Boy Scouts got the floor.